What is good, everybody? Hey, man, you know who it is? It's Vick3. Thank you for tuning in to the Eagles post-game panel show. I'm joined here by my esteemed colleagues. I got AK Eagles Uncensored, Jordy Fighter, and the man, the myth, the legend, Coach Dante. Gentlemen, how are we doing on this shit show of a night? That's all we get.
Y'all might want to cover y'all ears whenever I say something. So because I'm about to rip into this team real hard tonight. So just enjoy it. Y'all just enjoy this.
It's much deserved by what happened tonight. Yeah, man. Let's get into it right now. Just right now, raw reaction, overall thought. What do you got? I'm gonna start with you, AK. What's your raw reaction right after the game? We got the face.
You fucking piece of shit. Like, no lie. That was fucking outrageous. I have never seen, well, actually, I have seen a very bad game coach before, but that was fucking right there with him. All right. No lie, man. This was just all around bad. There was nothing to our offense. Where the fuck is Miles Sanders? You know? Like, if we're not going to use him, why the fuck's he on this team? You know? He had 2 carries for 26 yards? Really?
I think yesterday had like 28 receiving yards.
Like, fuck out of here with that shit, man. If you're not going to use him, move on from the guy. Holy crap. And defense. Nelson, go fuck yourself, guy. How many coverages are you going to blow? Like, no lie, that is fucking terrible what this guy is doing out there. You know? And
like Dillard and freaking Barnett weren't helping.
It's just sad, man. You know, I'm not going to kick the tires or anything like that, but, man, they got a lot to fucking improve on. And Lane Johnson, stop fucking with these stupid penalties, dude. You're like 10 years in, my guy. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. You should know better than this. What the fuck are you doing?
Has his head so far as up his ass.
He's gonna really pull every single hair out
like
of
the dude
off his body
on getting the penalty calls. What? Oh my god! I don't.
Where did fundamentals go?
I don't know what to say.
Anybody got an answer for that? Where did the fundamentals part go? Because that's all we fucking heard about was fundamentals. And as far as I can tell, I have not seen fundamentals for the last 2 fucking games. So where have they went?
Yeah.
Derek Barnett.
Very bad.
God, I can't stand Barnett, bro.
Oh, trust me, I got 2 videos coming out from my return.
Trade Barnett right fucking now. Trade him, please, immediately. Trade him. Don't let him be on this team ever again. The freaking coach said it's always him, literally on live television. That shows you how bad he is. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so when we came in, I was asked if everyone's raw reaction. It's really raw right now because everyone has a feeling. Everyone got a settlement. Jordy, what's your raw reaction? What's your feeling?
So, I've been calling for a Barnett trade for a while just because he's somebody that I really haven't seen this fitting in here. Now I see it as this is one of the only times I would be content with chasing a player out of a city. And it should be Barnett because the dude never even showed up. Kerrigan barely even showed up. You guys are supposed to be filling in for Brandon Graham, the heart and soul of this defense, and you don't show up. Sweat did some work, but other than that, most of this D-line was super quiet outside of the Fletcher Cox touchdown. So, what is going on with this? Because that's supposed to be our strong suit, our defensive line, but you don't show up. A lot of cover, too.
Exactly, and this is the thing about this is like, why not start Sweat over fucking Dillard for Christ's sakes? Because here's the thing: Sweat can get there on the outside, like he can beat you on the outside. But the guy's like, nah, let's just start Dillard. I was like, fuck Get the fuck out of here with that.
Hey man, let me just say something real fast. I
Who
want
did
to
you
salute
say?
Dillard actually played pretty good tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't Dillard's fault. It was the rest of the offensive line's fault.
Dillard actually played pretty freaking good.
Jalen even said Dillard was solid, man. I really can't complain much. There were some hiccups, but not too much. Dickerson was my biggest problem. Dickerson was my biggest problem. He didn't look like the draft pick that we thought he was. Yes, right now, I'm going to tell you right now, he's a center. Right now, he ain't nothing but a center. That's it. A lot of people put a lot of credit into this kid before he came into the game, but I said it last week. He has issues with pass protection, and we've seen it. He has deficiencies in pass protection. He's not ready at the moment. But hey, I know my guy is hot right now. Like, you see it in his face. Let me give him the floor. Coach Dante, let me hear what you got to say, because I know you've been here ready. Go ahead. The floor
get the alcohol ready.
Y'all might well just mute your mic, cover your ears from what I'm about to say.
Give him his time.
Dallas gets the ball, first drive of the game. Looked like we were playing a zone defense. Why is CeeDee Lamb open by 10 yards for a 44-yard catch? Confusion. The same confusion that we saw last week against them down 49ers. Between Steven Nelson and Kayvon Wallace. Why is he wide open? Why Miles Sanders can't get the goddamn football, 20 carries, but Ezekiel Elliott can get over 20 carries? What do you have Miles Sanders on this goddamn team for if you're not going to use him? Why? Why do you wait 14 to 41 to give somebody the goddamn football? Why? Why do we got 17 penalties tonight? It may say 13, but 4 of them was declined. Why do we have Diggs walking all over Jalen Reagor? Why our receivers can't get wide open? Why is there no second half adjustments? Why is this defensive line getting pushed back? Why is Jonathan Gannon not pressuring the football? Now, Hargraves played great because he pushed that center into the quarterback on Dak Prescott for a defensive touchdown. Fletcher Cox did catch the interception, which is it bounces off of Dak Prescott back, which is it did. So Hargraves played great. Fletcher Cox was good. Sweat was good. But why we not getting no pressure on the quarterback? Why did our defense get 35 points gashed on us? Why did the Dallas Cowboys run the football anytime they wanted to? Why is Jalen Hurts underthrowing the football? Why Dallas Goedert can't fucking catch? Why is we so disciplined? And see, this is one thing I said about this coaching staff. I want to see how they fucking adjust. And right now, they haven't made no fucking adjustments. They haven't did it. I mean, again, seeing a guy, seeing Cooper Rush, or whatever, Clemens, whatever the hell his goddamn name is. Why is he in the game? Why is Derek Barnett jumping outsides? Why is we always hitting somebody in the goddamn helmet? Undisciplined. That's the stuff that makes an Eagle fan and the coach sick. But we have made no adjustments. We have did nothing right. Why do we got to see the punter? Why do we got to see the punter every goddamn down? Why? But we have made no adjustments. This defense is getting confused. Every single play, you see an open guy. Dalton Schultz is wide open the whole night. Our receivers cannot get open. We have made no adjustments on either side of the fucking football. And this was a mess that we saw all night last night. And I am goddamn concerned about this goddamn football fucking team right now, man. I don't care if it's 3 games in the season, but for our defense to look like that, and how all the penalties that we had, it caused concern. Now give Dallas credit, they came out and played. But goddamn, 35 points on his fucking defense. What was Jalen Hurts looking at? Diggs didn't even move on the pick 6. He didn't even move. What was Jalen Hurts looking at? We got a lot of work to do, guys. That's all I'm gotta say. But we got a lot of fucking work to do.
Yeah, hey, I agree with you 100%. Everything you say. Foothills, my guy, if you can hear me, again, let me get your raw reaction.
Very, 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 very disappointing, especially in the. Coach Dante touched on it a lot. The route running, the flow of the offense, the adjustments just not being made, the lack of a run game that we just. I mean, you're asking basically a rookie quarterback to throw it damn near every down. I mean, we were doing that at the beginning of the game too. It's like we had absolutely no run game. It's just like I think you said earlier in the chat, Vic, on my live stream. I don't know if I was watching Coach Peterson or Nick Sirianni. I really don't. It was just very, very irritating, frustrating on both sides of the ball. We look like a laughing stock tonight. We really did. And it's just a lot. There's a lot's got to change. Absolutely, a lot's got to change. That didn't look good with Isaac Seumalo. He had to get carted off, so the offensive line is going to continue to have to adjust and move forward. But man, it's not looking good at all, and we're definitely showing our youth and inexperience early on in this season. And when people say that what week one sometimes is a lie, I'm starting to believe that more and more because we're not the team that beat Atlanta 32-6 right now. We just really aren't. And I don't know if that's just a testament of how bad Atlanta is, but hey, I guess that means we should destroy New York this year in that account. But that's further down the road, obviously. But just right now, I just don't understand what the hell this offense is, what this play calling is doing with Miles Sanders. Jalen's just trying to force the ball down the field way, way too much. He had that nice play to Goddard to begin the game. Next play, he tries to hit the guy down the sideline, underthrew the ball, intercepted. There's no reason to take that shot right there. There really isn't. You just gotta he's got to play within inside the offense, and this play calling just fucking sucks right now. It's atrocious.
Yeah,
can I ask something?
Yeah, big play. Hey, listen, like I said, we're all going down the line. I want to get your raw reaction too. Let me get it, my guy.
Yeah, no, you got mine already. I just wanted to add something.
I thought you were BPS. Yeah.
No.
You sounded kind of young there, fella. You're sounding kind of young.
I just gotta ask, man, why the fuck are we always in shotgun? Can we not run under center?
I've heard so many.
What the fuck? Add some play action in. Like, seriously, what the fuck are we doing in shotgun 100% of the time? Like, I don't understand this.
That's what led me to give that comment of, is this Doug Peterson coaching or is this Nick Sirianni? Who is this? Because I haven't seen a change. The same issues we had last year, we have this year. It's a new coaching staff. We have defenses that are stuck in their ways. Last year, we had a defense that was stuck in their ways. We have this year a coaching staff that is constant with the pass. We've had an issue last week where we're saying that, we ran a little bit much, but again, we really didn't. We're constantly passing the ball. It's like he doesn't know how to get out of his own way. Someone mentioned it before. Nick gets a little nervous, and he gets inside of his own head, and he just fumbles it up. I mean, it's like he doesn't know what he's doing. But again, he's a rookie coach. It's expected. But at the same time, he's giving the keys to this big old machine. However it looks now, he has a team. He's the CEO of this team. He needs to get it running. He needs to get it where it needs to be because right now we're 1-2. And next week, who do we have next week going up?
Kansas City.
The schedule right now is going to get
Oh, my God.
There aren't any give-me games right now. You got to learn on the fly. Right now, when we seen Atlanta, we thought everything was sweet, but it goes to show you how bad Atlanta was. I mean, they hit a lot of our deficiencies. Their poor play hit a lot of deficiencies. We go against San Francisco, knowing they're one of the highest screening teams in the NFL. Do we defend against the screen? It's like we didn't know that they did that. It was brand new to us. We just got on right now. But again, that shows the inexperience of our coaching staff. They need to do better. BPS, I'm sorry for being long-winded. Let me get your raw take. What's your feelings?
Oh my God, man. I just feel disappointed. I don't even have no raw emotions because I just can't feel anything right now. Like I know it's
Oh,
three
Lord.
games into the season, but what the fuck was that? What was that? I mean, no play action, all shotguns. You don't use Miles Sanders at all, and I'm pretty sure Shane Steichen had no intel whatsoever. Because if that was him, he would have ran the ball 30, 40 times. He would have ran the ball 20 times. You know it. Last year, he ran the ball so many times. He used Herbert correctly. Just for this week, please let Steichen call the plays. Only for this week. Because you're playing Kansas City, and you know they score quickly. So if you take the ball away from them and just manage the clock and run the ball down to their throats, I think you need to use Steichen. And I mean, let Steichen call the plays more in this game. I just don't know why he's not calling the plays. I mean, he should be calling some of the plays because if we don't run the ball, we're not using Miles Sanders. It looks like Doug Peterson all over again. It sucks, man. Hey, man, Doug Peterson, Nick Sirianni. I don't know if the Nick Sirianni morphed into Doug Peterson or something. I don't know. The defense looked sloppy today. The offense, I don't even know where to begin. Oh my god, the offensive line was horrible today, with the penalties and stuff. And Lane Johnson, 10-year vet, and he still can't. I'm sorry, man. Johnson's good and all, but that's too many penalties for a 10-year vet. Well,
somebody answer me the question of why the hell Jalen Hurts continued to challenge Trayvon Diggs over and over and over again. I mean, good Lord. I understand he threw that interception at the beginning of the game to the opposite corner, but you can't keep challenging that guy. He's way too good. He's way too good.
Hey, Key asked a great question, and I asked this a couple of times. I posted it on Twitter because I thought maybe I might be crazy. Maybe it may have been too soon. But why isn't Steichen calling the plays? Because we've seen Sirianni isn't up to par. We've had issues. Today should be the defining factor of showing, all right, maybe we should have someone else look into this. Maybe we should have someone else maybe just call the running plays, like how we did before. Have a running play manager do that. Maybe he should have more input in the game because apparently whatever Nick Sirianni is doing isn't working. And it isn't getting any better. We haven't even seen progression out of these players. We haven't seen them being put in the best positions as he said he was going to do. He's failing on the promises he made already. We're 3 games in. I think it's time that, we should move on. We should see what Shane can do. What do you guys think? Well, before I do that, let me get back to you because I didn't get your take. Let me get your raw reaction on today's game.
What is there to say? It gets to the point where I thought, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to kill my liver and just drink till and just forget the night away. That's kind of how I felt. Fuck this shit. And so bear with me. I still kind of feel like shit because I honestly got my second shot. So I'm still feeling like crap. So bear with me on that.
Feel better soon.
But
yeah.
Sorry that you had to watch that epitome.
You kidding? Also, dude, I could probably watch the freaking Giants game and we'll have no problems with that. That is just disastrous. But overall, I think, that's the thing too. We play better when Shane Steichen calls the plays, and I've noticed that too. We've done pretty well when Shane calls the plays, but the fact that Shane was just disappeared is beyond recognition at this point.
Yeah,
I thought Nick's been calling the plays the whole time this season.
No, he has. But when last year Steichen called the plays down there in what's called Los Angeles most of the time, and he ran the ball a lot and he threw the ball efficiently.
Well, the thing was, he was brought in here just for that reason because of the play calling, experience he had, and the fact that San Diego had a good offense last year. That's why he was brought in here. again, if you're bringing in a coach to do a certain job, let the man do his job. Sirianni has to, take hubris out and move it aside because you're not able to do the job. You're not up to the task. You have to understand you're a head coach. You have a lot of responsibilities. Calling the plays does not have to be one of them. That's just something coaches like to put on their resume to say that they can do. You can't do it. Understand it. Just give it on to someone else because by you not doing it, you're just hurting the team and you're hurting your chances for the future. So
Exactly.
step back, get back to the fundamentals, and have someone else give it a shot because apparently you're not working out.
Hey, Vic,
Say
I think
Marla went down.
Coach Dante is backstage.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and to go off of that, it's just like all good coaches, like good coaches that I can think of, they're not good play callers, but they have the best OCs to call them for them. I mean,
And they
obviously,
never tell them to use them. They never use them. They never just like look at the offensive coordinator at all for intel. Like,
what do
say
you think,
Marla
guys?
went down to.
AK, Jordy, what do you think? Do you think Shane Steichen should be calling plays?
Go ahead, Jordy.
AK.
All right, I'll go with this. Yes and no. It all depends on where he is with play calling because it's a matter of if he can call plays, great, and he's kind of got a knack for it and he can find a groove for it. Yeah, let him call plays, and then kind of let Sirianni be an overseer or what have you, or whatever role fits in. If not, I can see doing something like a run game and pass game coordinator, or kind of splitting it a little bit between each of them. And it all depends on a lot of factors that we really wouldn't know necessarily. But I'd at least like to see Steichen call some plays, not in a system where like Groh did, where it was 20 plays and then go to Peterson because that never worked. Something where you give Steichen certain situations and you see how he can do, like a 2-minute drill at the end of the second half, or something here or something there. Just stuff to kind of see where he's at would be nice too, but you never know, especially with such a young coaching staff.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm going to make this very easy and very quick. Whatever helps us get the dub. If that means Steichen, then so be it. You know what I mean? I don't even give a shit at this point. Whatever makes this offense better, whatever makes it flow, and whatever helps us win, that's what we need to do.
Yeah, a lot of people might say that, we may be overreacting, but again, when you watch the game and you see what's going on, you can tell it's clear. Sirianni's not the guy to be calling the plays. He clearly doesn't understand the game flow. He doesn't understand situational play calling. He's not there yet. Whatever he did in Indianapolis, it must have not been all him. A lot of it must have been Frank Reich. I mean, he is the head coach, and I understand a lot of head coaches want to call the plays, but you got to understand, you got to take a step back. If it's not working, what's the worst in giving someone else a shot? You know what I mean? That part is I don't understand, and I hope he has, that he has enough maturity to understand that he doesn't have to be the guy to do it all. That there are other coaches on this team that can possibly help out. So you got to give those coaches the chances too, just like you have to give your players a chance. They got to help. Everybody has to help out. But
I mean, in all honesty, can we truly win in the NFL by running RPOs 90% of the time?
No.
Absolutely not. I mean, you got to balance it. That's the number one thing.
I just don't understand. I don't understand the
I'm
logic
sorry,
behind
but
I
you
mean,
can't keep doing that shit. It's not
you-
gonna work.
well, hold on. Well,
you
Jalen
had
makes
the
a good
top
point, and
run offense in Indianapolis. You had the top run offense with the Naheem Hines and Mack. So why is it Doug Peterson 2.0 right now for this
Yeah, well,
man
that's what
to
I'm
get
saying.
2
At least
carries?
in India, they were in I formation and shit.
Yes.
They ran power backs. They're not even attempting that shit here. They're
The
not
man
even
on-
trying that.
The man had 2 carries tonight. And what he did with those 2 carries, a 20-yard gain and basically a 9-yard gain. in a screenplay. Every time he touched the ball, he have a dynamic play. But all of a sudden, we down 40, 41, 14. We want to start running the ball with Kenny Gainwell. All of a sudden, it's too goddamn late now. The game already out of hand. And then people saying, "Oh, we overreacting? Oh, we just got beat by goddamn 20 points. We got dominated tonight. The defense gave up 35 points besides that interception by Jalen Hurts. Defense gave up 35, couldn't stop a nosebleed. That defense couldn't stop me out there tonight. So what is an overreaction? That was an ass whooping we took tonight. Both sides of the ball. Coaching, everything. Every time Jalen Rager catches a goddamn punt, why does he go backwards? Go forward. Don't go backwards, go forward.
Always does that. Never wants to go forward.
Hey man, Jalen makes a great point. You know, we understand that we may want Shane Steichen, but it is true. It could be that Nick Sirianni just got to go through these growing pains. He has to learn. You know, it's the detriments of our season, but just like you said, is it better for the short term or the long term? You know what I mean, like, is he going to grow from this, or is he not? We gotta write it out to see how he goes. But right now, I will say this. I will say if Shane Steichen isn't, getting as much say so in the play calling or even in, the week-to-week scheme, he should get more because, again, we've seen what he can do last season. We've seen how he can produce. We brought him over for a reason. Let's put him to work. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, no lie, bro. You sit there and say you ran a vanilla offense and shit because you didn't want to give away your game plan. And then you just come in with a fucking RPO system anyway. You might as well just played these starters, let them get their fucking time in, and just ran the fucking system. Because it's like, dude, you're not doing anything with it anyway. It's nothing that fucking special. You know what I mean? Like, the way he made it sound, it was going to come in, it was going to be like a lot of running, a lot of play action, a lot of, shotgun formation, two halfback sets, all this type of shit. And then now you just come out and it's constant RPOs. And it's like, what the fuck?
But yeah, like Rock said, like Jalen said, it's to play to Jalen's strengths. But at the same time, I understand that it is to play to his strengths, but he has to improve on his game. And to improve on his game, he has to step out the box. If those are the things that he's not that comfortable with, not saying that just throw him into the deep end, but little by little, you got to work him into that because he has to improve on those things that he's not good at. You can't keep him in that RPO all the time. Because what are you going to have at the end of the day? You're going to have someone that's stuck in a specific system.
He still needs to work on that accurate dip ball.
Well, the thing is, one thing I will say about the accuracy, there were a couple of throws that I did see that were very close. But again, it wasn't so much Jalen as the defense that was played. Defenders were on the receivers. There was some good
receivers couldn't get open.
That first interception, he underthrew that completely.
Yeah, he underthrew the ball, but
which one, the pick six?
That was bad.
No, he talking about the one.
No, that's the first one.
The very first one.
Okay, the pick six, that was on Devontae.
He even said it on the sidelines. He even told him.
Yeah, that was on Devontae.
But again, you got to give it up to Diggs because he was on the ball still.
Yes.
You shouldn't even be throwing over there.
You got to
get him to Why was he challenging Diggs over and over again?
That's one of the things too. My thing was why were you going at it again? I even said it earlier. If you're going to do that, use him as a decoy because again, everyone's figuring that's what you're going to do. So why aren't you going to open it up for your tight ends? Again, I said this beginning. Why are we going to fucking Quez Watkins so damn late? Why?
Yeah. And Rager.
Quez was in the position. You know what I'm saying? We had guys in positions that could have done things, but again, it's all about the play calling. It all fell back on that.
You get a 40-yarder with Goddard right at the beginning, and then pow, fucking they're gone until the fourth quarter, and then you start bringing them back in. It's like, well, where was that in the second and third?
Exactly. And the thing is, we'll fault the defense, but you can't really fault the defense as much because look at how much they're on the field. Did you see the time of possession? That was insane. The first half
34. 30. It was 34-25. The time possession got dominated again. We didn't win a time possession. The Cowboys held the ball for way too long because why? They ran the football down our goddamn throat consistently.
That's what we should have done.
Consistently.
You can't we didn't do that. 3 and outs all the time and expect your defense to perform at top level. You know, right. After a while, they're going to break down. They're bending and not breaking, but if they're on the field so long, man, they're going to pop.
Bro, I won't lie. That right there tonight totally reminded me so much of the Chip Kelly era. I'm not gonna lie. Fucking that was all defense out on the field all the time. Offense was barely out there because it was like 3 and out, done. 3 and out,
Yep.
done. So
Done. 3 and out, done
and our
fast.
defense was out there all the fucking time, just gasping for air. And that's
Frank
all we
Cole.
saw tonight was our defensive linemen on their knees right there, and all they did was hurry up offense, which made it even worse. And I instantly I was like, Jesus, this looks like fucking Chip Kelly all over again. It seriously felt that way.
Hey, it's a cliche thing to say, but they got to go back to the drawing board. They really have to. You can't
humble.
go out and think that
Exactly.
what's going on now is working, because that's the
Yeah.
definition of madness. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You can't get
It's
crazy
not
this end
gonna
of the
work.
season. Yeah, we got to switch it up.
I
Yep.
have
Unless-
one question.
Go ahead.
Why didn't they throw it to Anthony Brown's side the entire game? I mean, I saw one time they threw it, and that was the pick, of course. But you should have kept on throwing it there. Rager was clearly beating the guy. Like, it wasn't even fair. Rager was beating him on slants. He was beating him in the intermediate. He was finding ways to get it, and Hurts still kept on running the ball. He didn't find Rager until the end of the game, where Rager, he could have had so many more yards. He was finding ways to get open, and Hurts couldn't find them. It makes no sense to me.
It really doesn't. But
I won't lie though, man. Hurts keeps going the way he is. He's gonna wind up getting himself hurt. He's taking way too many fucking hits at this point. I mean, tonight, dude.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going.
No, just say you're kind of on my wavelength with the injury, but my thing is the way Hurts has been playing of late. Pretty soon you're going to start hearing rumblings of, let's look into the draft for a quarterback. He's not our guy.
Told you
know what I
about
mean?
that.
Like, we had a lot of lip service. Like, another player with a lot of lip service. He did all the right things off the field, but on the field he's not up to par either. We see that some stats are looking good because what is he, the second highest rated quarterback in the league, I think, at the time. Not tonight. So tonight he sure as hell won't be. Second in rushing behind Lamar Jackson. Only player to have 1,400 yards and I think 400 rushing yards. There are some things that are good, but again, those stats mean absolutely nothing if they don't follow with the win every week.
I mean, he had 321 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but still, that's bad.
It's like it's there, but like you can't make the ball get to the receiver. It's like it's so close, like it's just inches from hitting the receiver.
Yeah, because he just
It
forces it out.
Goes away. I don't know why.
And
Now,
like
again,
this one,
I'm sorry. I was just saying I don't want to go again. They always say we overreact. I don't want to overreact. But
Yeah.
are we justified in thinking this at this moment with Jalen Hurts?
Wait, say that again?
I said, are we justified in thinking that, maybe at the moment it's looking like Jalen Hurts may not be the guy? Everything that, that's all talked about may not be what it is. We understand, it's rough. It's his first season, basically. This is basically his rookie season. He only had 4 games. So what are we on his 7th game now?
yeah,
Is it too soon? Are we going too far? Is this loss too hard?
Listen, man, this is the only thing I can say about this kid. I love his heart. I love the tenacity he plays with and everything about him. He screams Philly. Okay? The only thing that I question on this kid is his deep ball arm. I just don't know if he has that power behind him to be able to make those throws that we need. Like, for instance, that one Rager, his first interception. That should have been 5 yards in the end zone, but instead it was 5 yards behind him and it gets intercepted. And it's like, dude, maybe we just, you can have a successful quarterback that has short to mid-range accuracy, but you also need to be able to hit that deep ball as well. And from what I'm seeing at this point, man, the deep ball is not his thing, but I love the kid to death. Don't get me wrong. I still will support him. But I need to see him start hitting those, man.
yeah, I'm kind of agree with AK here, because his strength is more like you said, Vic, is more short to mid range, but if he can find to make adjustments and hit that deep ball consistently, then maybe we wouldn't be. And then there's a possibility that he could add that deep ball to his skill set. But for the time being, just stick him with the short to mid range game because I mean, unless he can work on that deep ball, in my honest opinion, anyways. And go back to your thought too, Vic. Like, see, hypothetically, if all the coaching staff makes the adjustments like the coming weeks, then I mean, I won't be see the issue. That's just a hypothetical. I'm not saying like it's gonna happen, but just throwing that little idea out there.
Well, it's a combination of things when you look at it. First of all, the receivers got to get open. The receivers can't get no goddamn separation at all. If Dallas Goedert catches the goddamn football when he was wide open, when the Dallas Cowboys defense confused, Jalen Hurts don't throw that pick six right there if Dallas Goedert catches that football. But he got some improvements. I still like Jalen Hurts, man. I still like him. He got to be more consistent. I'm just saying. That's why I'm inferring if he doesn't have a great season, you're gonna start hearing a lot of things. You're gonna start hearing a lot of things like you just said. We got to go in the quarterback, get a draft, or we should have traded for Deshaun Watson. That's what you're gonna consistently hear. But like I say, he's gonna make some improvements. He's gonna make some adjustments. But like golly, the receivers are not getting separation. And every time you see Jalen Hurts throw the ball, you see the cornerback just right there, not far. They're not getting any separation. They're not getting open. And again, man, he got to hit the deep ball very good. He got to hit the deep ball. He got to be inconsistent, but he don't got no time to throw either. All night he's running out of the pocket. He's running out of the pocket and throwing it out of bounds or throwing it back in the field of play to Greg Ward. He's got to get protection. He's not getting protected either. So combination of not getting protected and the receivers are not getting open.
Well, I gotta say this, man. On that Rager pick there at the beginning, he had a nice pocket. That was nice.
Yeah, it was a nice pocket, but it was an
I will
underthrown
say
ball.
this: if that was 5 yards ahead of Rager, that's a tutty.
Wentz missed that throw, probably.
I mean, 100% right. That's a touchdown for Rager because he did have him. At least by a step, he had him. And if he just floated that 5 yards over his head, dude, he could have laid it right in there, but he didn't. And that's just what I'm saying. Those type of throws you need. You know, I'm not saying he can't do it, but I need to see him start doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about this is, it's always a valid concern when it comes to your franchise guy that he could not be the guy, because all it takes is that one step backwards. And when it comes to Hurts, sometimes it seems like he wants to move too quick, and he leaves a good situation in the pocket or one that he shouldn't have necessarily taken off from, which it kind of can get annoying at times, but there's times where that pocket really collapses because you don't have your starting rotation anymore because 2 or 3 of them are down. But I think part of the factor into this is he's not comfortable, and I make this comparison loosely. Notre Dame's in the same situation with their quarterback. Both aren't comfortable, which forces inaccurate throwing and a lot of rollouts and this and that. And it's not helping that Hurts is making some rookie mistakes with reads and forcing into windows he shouldn't, whether that be because of bad receiver separation or what have you. And he's had a problem with underthrowing and overthrowing receivers, which, again, goes back to partially because of the pocket not being there or being on the move all the time. And if you're going to be a scrambler, you've got to be confident in your line and you've got to rely on your instincts. That's what makes quarterbacks like Ian Book, good, because when he was in college, now we haven't seen him in the NFL, so I can't really say anything, but when he was in college, he relied on himself, his instincts. That's what made him great in college. And again, I'm making this comparison loosely because we haven't seen him in the NFL. But I think that can also translate to the NFL in terms of you've got to trust yourself in your line and be able to sit there and take a sack here or there because you trust these guys it's going to open the offense up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So everything I've seen from Hurts in every single game he's played, it's like the same thing. Good fade ball, but never steps into his throws. The arm is fine, is one Trey Rock said. He doesn't step into his throws. Wentz, at times, he stepped into his throws. Last year definitely wasn't the year for that, but he still did it. Hurts, if he can learn that, he can be such a good quarterback. Like, the fade ball's there. Like, the man can do a lot. He has potential. I just want to see a better fade ball from, I mean, not a better fade ball, but just better, like, stepping into the ball. Stepping into his, his foot. Just step in. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and let me say this. I mean, I'm not saying 1 minute that I do not believe in this guy. I do. I love Jalen Hurts.
Definitely.
I'm just saying on from what I've analyzed over these first 3 weeks, just needs to get better with the deep ball. That's all.
Well, my thing is now that everyone's saying that Hurts needs to make improvements, then wouldn't it have been our mistake to pick the one guy that Hurts has been working with his whole career, pretty much since he was a kid, and his quarterback coach? Because if all the deficiencies he's been working with certain people, and now we have one of those coaches on our team who's working with him, and he hasn't done it yet. We may have made the wrong choice in our quarterback's coach.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or the person he's working with in the offseason.
It's ridiculous, man.
Could be a combination of both. I don't know.
Yeah, one thing that was mentioned was the offensive line. We had an injury to Sam Allo. I don't know how severe it was. Did anyone hear what
his knee?
was?
It looked like to me.
So it doesn't seem like we know how long he'll be out, if he'll be out at all.
I don't know, but the way he landed, it looked like it was his knee just stepping in.
I mean, anytime you
Just
get
look
out
at
of
his
the
knee
game,
buckled on him.
Anytime you get out of the game on a cart, it doesn't look good. So, yeah. I mean,
all I gotta say, man, is we always know we have good depth at offensive line, and we have the best offensive line coach in the NFL.
That's another thing I wanted to bring up with our depth.
We'll be okay. We have really good depth there, man.
Herbig's a solid guy to have
today, and he didn't look so good today. The depth that we have that we're constantly relying on when it comes time to show up, he didn't look so well.
No,
rookie, man, rookie. He'll get it. He'll get it.
But my thing is, then, what was the point in starting him in front of Nate Herbig?
Well, Herbig started now.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah,
he started now.
I think Herbig should have been given a chance earlier instead of having Landon start now, because Landon would have been in a position where everyone was saying,
no, I agree.
That guard position. That's what a lot of people say he would best fit. Now
I think it's because of where we took him.
Yeah,
honestly, you kind of have to. You're obligated to. Herbig wasn't a second rounder, so but
can I say one real quick thing?
That's a fact, Rock. That's a huge fact right there. He doesn't play as physical as everyone thought he would.
Right.
There was a couple of plays where you see, man, he's in the backfield getting tossed around.
Maybe he's seeing ghosts a little bit. Who knows?
What do you want to say, BPS?
I was going to say, man, it's like sometimes when you see Hurts throw the ball, you can clearly tell he can throw a deep ball. It's just like it looks like he's timid sometimes. I don't know why. Looks like he's timid to stand in the pocket and just let one rip. I just want to see him rip one with confidence. That's what I want to see. I don't even care if it's complete or not. Just rip one.
Oh yeah.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you said with confidence. That's one thing that I noticed. He'll throw the ball, and it's like when you're throwing it, you know how when you second guess yourself, you want to hold back a little. That's what
Yeah.
he
It's,
has the
it's like
initial
that oh shit
reaction.
moment.
He has his guy, and as soon as he starts making that motion to throw, he second guess himself.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. It's probably a second guess thing. Right at the last second, right before you release it, you're like, should I?
It's like oh shit.
And that's
It's like an
something
oh
that
shit
Jalen
moment.
has to have
Someone's
confidence in
about to go
himself.
off on me.
If you see your guy and you've already made that decision, then commit.
You gotta
You
go.
already
You
made
gotta
that.
go right
You
with
can't
that.
switch it while your arms are already in motion. You can't. It's
Exactly.
impossible to do. So you might as well commit to it. Try to get it there as fast as you can.
I got another hypothetical, Vic. So let's say if Brandon Brooks and Brandon Graham weren't out, could this be like a whole different outcome for the Eagles? If say those two weren't out.
I don't think so.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
think so.
You're
I
not
think
going to run the
the line
ball
would
and
have
you
held
don't
up a little
cause
I
any
better.
pressure.
mean,
The offensive line would have held up a little bit better. On the defensive side, I don't know because again, defense was constantly on the field because we were 3 and out.
yep.
It's hard to say.
And they got
No,
Fletcher
no,
Cox and
no,
cramping
no,
up.
no. Because if anything, my guy, right now is the time to run the ball because of the injuries on your offensive line. And if we're not
Exactly.
if we're not even willing to run the ball with the injuries that we have, there's no way in hell they're running the ball if we're healthy.
Yeah, and
That's,
again,
that's
our thing was to be physical with this team, and this is something we're not doing. We're not being physical with teams. We need to run the ball because we need to get that defensive line tired. You know what I mean? Again, have the run, build to the pass, not start the game off in the shotgun.
no.
It's wild with this thinking, and I don't understand
Yeah.
where it comes from. I don't understand why they can't take a step back and say, "All right, well, it looks like fourth quarter these defensive lines they're not that tired. They're still pretty fresh. We got to figure out what's going on. It's because in the first half of the fucking game, you're not running the damn ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
You gotta wear these teams down. You're not going to go out in first quarter and think that you're going to be high scoring and just passing it downfield at will. It doesn't happen that way. What you think in your mind is not what's happening on the field.
You know how easy it was for Dallas tonight, my guy? First down, pass. Second down, oh, pass. Third down, oh, pass. And then the same thing, oh, pass. Yeah, oh. If you know every fucking time, you know how easy it is to cover something you already know is coming?
And another thing, you want to know how easy for us for Dallas? Oh, Dallas had 29 rushes to only 20 passes. That's even for them. That's even for them. We only got 2 carries. We only was one dimensional the whole night. Pass, 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 pass the whole night.
Yeah.
Whole night long. So hey, Dallas had 29 carries. Ezekiel Elliott and Pollard had all the carries, basically in the first half, balanced. And then when they realized we started getting tired, they started going no huddle, and then they started feeding Zeke and Pollard over and over. We haven't. It's not. I don't remember if it's a play we stopped them in the backfield all night. I don't think we stopped them in the backfield the whole night.
We had a couple sacks.
Hey, I seen a horrible play where I guess there was a read option. Jalen wanted to keep the ball, and it almost looked like a Mark Sanchez butt fumble where he just ran into the defender face forward, just face on. It was just like it was a calamity of errors that just kept on happening. So again, going forward, we got Kansas City in our sights now. We got to put Dallas behind us. It's going to be talked about for the next week because Dallas fans are coming out. But do you think that we can get everything in line before Kansas City comes through? Hey, and T's and P's to Big Red. Apparently, he had I don't know what they said a heat stroke. He was dehydrated something. He got carried off in a car to the hospital. Yeah, so he'll probably be in attendance on Sunday. I believe that's another home game. That's our first home game, or excuse me, that we're having. We need a win. Listen, I can't see going 1-3, losing your first game at home. It's gonna get crazy. We're gonna get a lot of people.
No, second game at home.
Yeah, San Francisco was at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because those bums were at Rocky.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, like you can't go in there 1-3. Again,
Well,
let me just ask around. Do you think we can get everything together by next week?
I hope so. If not, then I mean, we gotta see
Corey
what's.
Clement had more carries than Miles Sanders.
Mm-hmm. Every time Miles Sanders touched the ball, basically, I mean, hey, he got positive yards. He got yards. He got over a big gain every time he touched the ball. I just don't understand. But to answer your question, I'm a whole lot. I don't know, cause I don't know. Chiefs are a dynamic offense. You got to try to out. You can't get into a shootout with Kansas City. The way this defense looking right now, can't get into a shootout.
Hell
Uh, when
no.
we're
No,
one
you don't.
dimensional. Trust me. I don't believe we can get into a shootout with them. The way our offense is one dimensional, we're not giving Miles Sanders the ball. I don't feel too good about that. In the way, if the Chiefs don't make no mistakes, I don't see. I just don't see. I just don't see how. But like I say, we gotta go. We gotta clean up a lot of things. We had 17 penalties tonight. It says 13, but four of them was really declined by Dallas. It was declined. So in all, we had 17 penalties tonight. They dominated time of possession. They dominate. So we're one dimensional. We're not gonna win on Sunday if we're one dimensional. We gotta find a way to get Miles Sanders the ball, man. We gotta get him involved into this offense. The defense can continue to have broken down coverages every single play when a guy run across your face and nobody just picks him up like CeeDee Lamb did on the first drive of the game. Run between Kayvon Wallace and Steven Nelson. He's wide open. Dalton Schultz, wide open. Getting in the
CeeDee
secondary.
Lamb.
Over Singletary. Cedric Wilson, wide open in the end zone.
Nah,
Wide open in the end
that
zone.
Dalton Schultz touchdown was just straight disrespectful. He
Yes.
went through like 4 or 5 different players. He
Yes.
manhandled his way in there. That was
And
straight
you have
disrespectful.
those linebackers.
We
That's,
need McLeod back.
We haven't even touched on Alex Singleton's poor play.
oh my God.
A lot of people, hey man, we were calling for him to be our starter. Listen, we have to reevaluate this linebacking core. We had some hope, but for me, hope's out the window on that end. But Jordy, I haven't heard much from you. Do you think we can pull this around by next week, or should I say, you have faith that we can pull this around by next week?
I think we can kind of pull the team around, but I don't think it's going to be enough to take on the Chiefs. That is a high-powered offense that is coming off a
a
couple
lot.
close games,
Yes.
and they're going to come in with a mindset of we got to win. And this is a team that I don't think we can compete with, especially if Rodney's not here. Brandon Graham isn't going to be there. And when you're missing those veterans, that's especially damaging to your secondary. And Epps has played okay. Kayvon's played decent and went down and was out for the rest of the game. So we don't even know if he's going to be playing. Safety is important against the Chiefs. And the only one that's worth noting is Harris. Nelson got burnt all night.
Yep.
It would probably be the same thing next week. There's just some things you're not going to be able to adjust against the Chiefs, and you have to kind of account for. And at the end of the day, I just don't think we have enough to compete with the Chiefs, especially after injuries.
Man, did y'all see Anthony Harris get trucked by Ezekiel Elliott?
Oh my God.
Bro,
Was that Anthony Harris or
It was Anthony
Singletary in the
Harris.
end zone? Was it
Dude.
in the end zone?
Yeah.
Oh
Harris.
yeah, he done him. He folded him, man. He just
Yeah.
he folded that.
Like,
Harris,
come on, man.
the Schultz one, that was a bad one too because we could have had him maybe 10 yards back.
10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. All of a sudden,
He saw some daylight and it was like, yeah, I can carry these guys, and pretty much did.
bro,
It was a bad performance all around, man.
let me tell you something, bro. It's only Zeke and Saquon that always do good against us. No matter if they're good or bad, they always do good against us. It's sad, man.
Hey, I will say this: Epps got caught on one play just looking at Dak, where I think, who was it that got let go? Oh man, it was third quarter. Epps got caught looking. I forgot who got whatever that slot receiver that came through, that new kid.
Cedric Wilson.
Yeah, when he
yeah,
caught
Cedric
his.
was.
Yeah, man, Epps was sleeping. He was just falling in love with Dak, just looking into his eyes, gazing.
Tough, man. I mean,
Yeah.
again, I mean, Kansas City, they're not good on defense. They're terrible on defense. But again, when you're one dimensional like we are, it makes it much more easier. I mean, right now I'm starting to say, is we seeing Doug Peterson 2.0 again? Why is we gonna we this is I think he's in the contract year, so why keep me on this team if you're not gonna use me? If we're not gonna be balanced and more flexible on the offensive side of the ball, if we're just gonna pass all day long, I mean, you're just wasting time. So, I mean, Kansas City is they're high powered on offense. This defense didn't look, the secondary didn't look good last tonight, and the good part about it, when we actually blitzed, we actually got to the quarterback like Hargraves. How he pushed the center right into the end zone and caused that fumble. And the one that when Sweat got the sack. When he actually brought pressure, we got to him tonight. So why we
I
can't
mean,
bring him more?
Hargrave's been really solid. You
He
know,
is the lone blessing on this defense.
He's always been good.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Like he's the only guy that's coming out every week in and week out and playing. Again, we all say Cox, he's our guy. He's a space eater, but again, he's not even doing much right now with that. We have a lot of decisions to make going forward. It looks like we made some mistakes already, but we can't do anything about it now. We got to look forward. We got Kansas City in our sights.
oh,
I feel
definitely.
like, what was that?
I said definitely. Sorry, I was in the middle of the mid yawning because fucking COVID shots were kicking my ass.
No, you're right. Hey, Rock, he
Yeah,
1000%.
Hargraves was balling.
He is
Oh
He was
balling.
yeah,
balling. He was beating that center up all night long, man. He had to
Hell
feel
yeah.
it with that center.
dude, who was
And
making
one
that
thing I
center his
didn't see, I
bitch?
didn't see a lot of Milton Williams or anyone else out there a lot.
Oh,
Like,
Millen
Kerrigan,
Williams,
Yeah,
man, he
Hargraves,
just
man.
made a lot of rookie mistakes.
Yeah, Kerrigan, another guy. Like, what's going on? What do we have them on this team for?
Exactly.
Man, to answer that question you asked a little bit ago, can we progress for next week? Hell no. All right. Like, I'm going to tell you this. All right. You come out after San Francisco, we give you shit for not running the ball. You're like, I'm going to go look inside myself and find my inner football knowledge. Hey, and we're going to come out here and we're going to be motivated and we're going to go into Dallas and beat that ass and blah, blah, blah. And, bro, your answer to that was you came out and ran the ball 2 fucking times. Like, you went even worse than what you went in San Francisco. So, I mean, the only way is up from here because we're only at 2. I mean, I guess you can go to 1 and then 0, but God, let's hope not.
Well, as I say, if you're saying it can't get worse,
It could get a little
we
worse.
haven't hit rock bottom yet.
Yeah,
Lose the
we're
freaking
almost
Giants.
there. We're almost there.
We're right now. We're at Doug Peterson. We're not at Rich Cote.
But I'm telling you, my guy, so no, there's a lot to improve on because you said you weren't, but you didn't. Tonight proved that a lot.
Oh, definitely.
I think for Coach Sirianni, I like the attitude that he brings to the team. I like the energy he brings to the team. But right now, I want to see a lot less of the shirts. I want to see a lot less of that gimmick shit. I want to see more game planning, better play calling, better. So you know what I mean? Like I want to see more from that end, not the other shit. That's what we got. The same thing we got out of Jalen Hurts and Sauce. We got the rah-rah. We got all that. Now I want to see you produce. I want to see you focusing on that. That's what I want to see going forward. Like it's cool. We have a rapport with the team. But again, we're not winning any games. We're not looking any better. And that falls back on him because he's at the top. He's the coach.
Yep.
He's the one that's ultimately responsible for all of this. Again, we talked about it last year with the mental errors. We had an umpteen amount of penalties. This week, I think, what was it? We have 6 more than last. I think last week we had 11. This week we have 17, if I'm not mistaken. Like, what are we doing here? We continually, progressively get worse. Something's got to give. It's early in the season. Make these moves now. Don't wait until week 8, week 9 to be like, oh, well, that isn't working. Let's change things up, man. By then, it's too late.
I got a question. How the fuck do you get the 17 penalties
Nobody
Okay,
knows. Nobody
and I
knows.
gotta ask.
Literally.
I gotta ask because it's like, dude, me as a human being, you know, I understand these guys are supposed to be more intelligent than us, you know, but once I get to like 3, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not gonna do anything anymore to fuck up. But
Oh,
y'all did it 17 fucking times? Really?
Yep.
I forgot
Like,
who said it.
y'all
Stop
are
playing
supposed to
Madden
be
ball.
fucking professionals, man. And y'all been playing this game a long time, and 17 penalties? What?
and a couple of them were illegal man downfield, which
Yep.
that kind of bit us in the
Yeah,
ass.
yeah. Like, no lie. How the fuck do you fucking RPO up? You run
Especially
these
Andre
things
Dillard
in
from one of
college.
them. It's like,
You run these things in college, my guy. You know you can't extend an RPO. Every time you extend an RPO, you always will get an illegal man downfield. That's how it works. But yeah, you out here running for 5 seconds with a fucking ball that you know you can't be running with. Like,
Wentz
what
looked
the
better in the
fuck are
RPO.
we doing? Why are we running RPOs? If you want him to scramble, then don't call a fucking RPO. I don't
it's,
get it.
And guess who the first penalty of the game who got the first penalty of the game? Derek Barnett gets an outside goddamn penalty
Oh
to
my
spin
god.
the goddamn. Oh,
You bring that name up
and you
one
can
more
read
time.
Sirianni's lips. It's
oh
always him.
he gets an
Dante, you know what's
outside
funny?
penalty. He
Yeah.
gets an outside penalty
Oh
to
yeah.
keep the
Dante,
Dallas
you know what's
Cowboys
funny,
drop.
bro?
What's funny?
Literally, the head coach literally said on live television, you can literally see him
Like
speaking,
literally read
but you
his lips.
couldn't
It's all
hear
over
him
Twitter.
saying it. You couldn't hear him saying it, but you could see it right out of his mouth. It's always him.
It's always him.
He literally towards their side. It's always him.
That's
All right.
fucking awesome though, because you know what? It is always fucking him.
Listen, I'm telling you, you know how it is in Philly. You know how them reporters are itchy for stories. We're about to get
Yeah,
that
they'll twist
football
that narrative.
But then why do you sit here and start this man over Sweat? I don't understand this. What the fuck are we
Bull
doing?
jive.
there, hey, some
You
people
pay
don't want to admit
Sweat,
their
but you
mistake.
start Barnett. How is that any fucking?
There's a lot of issues. Like I said, they got to go back to the drawing board. They what they thought coming into the season would work apparently is not working. You got to make these adjustments. You haven't done it in the games. Now let's take it on this week and make these adjustments because we need to make a lot of them,
Oh,
especially on the defensive side of the ball. This linebacker situation is not getting any better. It's
Thank
not.
God we got Nelson cheap, my guy. Jesus Christ, that guy sucks ass.
That
Hey,
guy
he's
was
made
getting
good
beat.
plays though. He's made
I
some
mean,
good plays, but
him and
again,
Kayvon
Yeah,
Wallace.
but
Him and
he
Kayvon Wallace
gave
got
up
beat all
2
night.
fucking tutties tonight.
Yep, him and
That's
Kayvon Wallace.
unacceptable.
Him and Wallace got beat all night tonight.
Yeah, that's
Especially
unacceptable.
Nelson, he got beat all night tonight. He got beat
hey,
all night.
but my thing is too. Like again, I understand it, but I got to give him a little bit of leeway here because again, if you're out in the field all damn game, as long
I
as they
know.
have, you're gonna get dog tired. You're gonna get beat after a while. Yeah, man. Pressure pressure makes creates weaknesses. They've been
Yeah, I know, but you know what? Nelson was supposed to be like his paper to his scissors, like, and it's ended up being like his rock to his scissors because Slay's having no help right now. I mean, he's blowing a lot of fucking coverages. And that's
Yep.
bad.
It
Nope.
started. It started with the first drive of the game when
Yeah,
Steven Nelson and Kayvon Wallace got confused when CeeDee Lamb was wide open for a 44-yard pass. For the
exactly.
44-yard pass.
Island.
Twice tonight.
like
Twice tonight
nobody.
they got
Did,
confused.
did you hear the announcer get so down on us in the third, dude? He literally called our defensive line stupid on live TV. Did you hear that shit? I was like, yo, the audacity you got. But it's like, for real though, I understand what he meant. But I was like, still, the audacity.
Bro, what are you blaming it on the D line for? Do you not see what the fucking offense is doing? Like you're telling me
Yeah,
it's on the
I
D
know.
line when they're getting gassed out.
I know, but
Like I don't even understand that shit.
I mean, you can't blame none on the defensive line because they was able to get pressure in the backfield when Nick said when Jonathan Gannon actually called a goddamn blitz. They got to the backfield. They was accounted for a touchdown really. when Hargraves blew that center up, I
Yeah.
mean, he just whooped that center the whole night. He beat that
Sweat and
center up the
Hargrave
whole.
look
Yes.
gassed.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
but I mean, no lie, bro. Like we get to the quarterback, for
Yep.
sure. But I think what we need to work on as a team, especially during the week, is our finish. We get there, but we just don't ever finish for some reason. Now and then we will, but for the most part, we don't. So it's like, dude, y'all need to go back and teach these boys how to finish again, because obviously they've forgotten.
My
Hey.
God.
What up, Hunter? What
Hey.
up?
Hunter,
Good
what's up,
Hello,
my
everyone.
guy?
How we
Yeah,
feeling?
going off
everyone
AK, like going
Oh,
off
we're all
AK. So
You
feeling
said
type grumpy.
You said how I'm feeling.
It's like-
You said how I'm feeling.
It's-
I need to go take a smoke break right quick. That's how I'm feeling.
Can't blame
Need
you.
to go take a nice warm shower, dude. Fucking just
Yeah.
get all this
I'm
ugliness
sorry,
out.
Hunter.
So, Hunter, you came through a little late. Let me get your reaction, your raw reaction of tonight's game.
Straight disappointment. Yeah, that. Exactly. Straight disappointment, man. I mean, I can't really take away many positives. I think the defense just kind of got gassed at that point. I'll give them a lot of credit. I think they held their own for most of the game. I thought Quez Watkins was a positive. I'm excited to watch the tape on him. I mean, I think he continues to shine. But, yeah, I mean, just a young team, young coaching staff that made a lot of sloppy mistakes tonight, penalties, not on time with throws, play calling was a whack. I mean, it's just no one played complimentary football at all. So you're not going to win games playing that way.
Yeah. We discussed Coach Sirianni and his play calling. What do you think?
Yeah, you got to give Miles the ball more than what is it? Was it 2 times that he got the
2
ball
carries.
and didn't get the first carry until the second quarter? Like that
Fournette
can't
had
happen.
more.
And 2 carries and I don't get it. Not really many design runs for Hurts or many rollouts, even when the O-line's struggling, not really getting the ball out quick. And a lot of those, all the times we did get the ball quick, then Hurts is getting it out a tad late to where it's an eligible man downfield. Sirianni, I was highly disappointed in. I thought when he saw Hurts struggling, he didn't adjust. And when he saw the defense needed rest, he didn't adjust. So I was disappointed with I mean, there was one play where he called 13 personnel where we had 3 tight ends on the field. And J.J. was the single receiver, and he, calls play action. 1, you haven't established the run out of that, for 1. And then 2, you're running – I mean, look, I like Jack Stoll. I think he's a good player, but you're running him and J.J. as your 3rd and 4th routes there, at least from what I saw. So,
I remember that.
It just doesn't make sense some of the time. I think he's trying to get too cute, and, it ended up costing us tonight.
Yeah. And one thing that we touched on. Do you think we can turn it around by next week?
I don't know about next week. I think the Chiefs are going to be coming here angry, man. They're going to be angry. They're just as desperate for a win. We're both going to be 1-2. So I don't see us turning it around on this week. It would be huge if you come around and turn this thing around in 1 week and beat Kansas City. I mean, everyone's back on board, right? It's like the San Fran game last year. A little bit different because Nick Mullins was starting, obviously, but it's like that game where everyone's down and out after we tie the Bengals and we start 0-2-1, and then bam, Travis Fulgham's come through with the big catch, and then we're right back on board. But I really don't see it happening. So.
Yeah, man, like we were saying before.
Hunter, I had a question for you, man.
Yeah.
So those RPOs we saw tonight, with those illegal man downfields, especially that one that he held on for 5 seconds and he scrambled out with, there are things he ran in college and he should know better. Why do you think he made those mental mistakes tonight? Because that's not normally like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. I'm just honestly, I'm just as confused as you. I think, you saw him start to play a little scared, like he was hesitating a little bit. There was one play where I saw him in the pocket, and it looked like he was just like hitching when he was holding onto the ball, and then he looked for room to run. It just looked like he lacked so much confidence when he was trying to read the field and try to get the ball down the field, that at that point he was just like, all right, one read, run, kind of like he was in college too. And with the RPOs, I think that was just a result of him lacking confidence. But I can't say for sure. It was just as mind-boggling to me as it was to you. I mean, there's like Jalen in the chat said, like ineligible man downfield. Those are on Hurts. I mean, he's got to get the ball out quicker. So
Yeah, and that's things he should know. I mean, hell, he's been doing it since college. He should know better than to be able to extend that play that long. He knows he has to get it done and get it out.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah. Exactly.
Go ahead,
So,
BBS.
if we beat Kansas City next week and our offense does good and we execute, do we feel good? And then if we probably lose to the Buccaneers. If we lose to the Buccaneers and our offense can execute, and we do the same thing against the Panthers, should we at least be worried about our offense? Is what I'm trying to say.
Listen, we're a mercurial fan base. We're going to be happy when we win.
I'm
We're
just,
going to be
I'm
pissed
just
when we
throwing
lose.
out hypothetical.
No, I'm giving you an honest answer. You should be worried right now.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was about to
like I said, when he came out last week and he said, "Hey, that's on me," I'll take this and I'll learn from it and all that, and then you come out this week and you run the ball 2 fucking times with Miles Sanders. Like, dude, that shows me you didn't learn shit. You've only gotten worse. And yeah, you should be worried now. It's not, what if we do this next? No. Like, right now, you should be like, we're not winning next week. And just pray that they prove you wrong.
Yeah.
Because that's how bad it is at the moment.
See, I'm not the type of person that sit up here and make an excuse because it's 3 games. I don't give a damn if it's 3 games. It's unacceptable the way you played tonight, and all the animosity that been going on between both fan bases and stuff. And then you have the nerve or the audacity to have on a shirt talking about beat the goddamn Cowboys. Well, they beat our ass tonight, so. Well, God, we ain't like I say, we damn sure got a lot to go look at. We got a lot of film to go look at. That secondary got beat all night long. Yeah. Steven Nelson, we've been asking for a CB2 all summer long, and look what we got. This is what we got tonight. We got tonight, I believe, I keep forgetting this guy named Wallace, and Steven Nelson been confused all night long. It was just a straight mess tonight, man. And we got to get this shit cleaned up, man, because it don't look good. We playing a pissed off Kansas City Chiefs, who basically gave away 2 games, 2 turnovers by Patrick Mahomes in bad situations. So they're gonna come in pissed off. They're gonna come in ready, and we got to find a way to weather this goddamn storm. Because if we don't, it's gonna get ugly real fast. The more you lose, the tougher your schedule get. The tougher your schedule get. The more you win, the easier it gets. So we got to figure out something fast.
No, he ain't lying, man. Like, I was sitting there watching the game with my wife tonight before I came out to the garage because I said, if I watch this any longer, I'm going to wake up the kids with all my yelling. So I came out here. But I'm going to tell you, bro, like, no lie. How are you in week 3 and your secondary can't even communicate with one another? Like, your secondary's out there. You see Harris say something. You see Epps look over at him and tap his helmet like, what? And then he says something back, and then you have fucking Singleton turning around saying something, and then he goes forward. It's like, motherfucker, how do you not know how to communicate already? You're in week 3. Y'all should know exactly what the fuck you're doing.
Just like that touchdown pass.
I'm confused, man.
Just like that touchdown pass with Dalton Schultz where the ball went over Singletary head. Yeah. Who was the first person he pointed at? Kayvon Wallace. Because Kayvon Wallace supposed to have been right there. Supposed to have been right there having the backside coverage. That's the first person he pointed at.
How?
And that's the thing. How's he supposed to be there? Because while Dak's hiking the fucking ball, they're still talking.
And was it just me, or did we see a lot of times in addition to that where a lot of guys are just Dak makes an adjustment based on what he sees and he confirms the defense, and then our guys are just standing around, not even looking at each other, and they don't even make adjustments.
They're sitting there trying to audible, but they're so slow at audibling. He's already got time to call the play, do the adjustment, and hike the ball, and we're still scratching our asses trying to figure out what the fuck.
Exactly.
When you're in the defensive puddle and you're calling the play, at one point when there's so many miscues, someone got to say, "Hey, are there any questions? Does everybody know the responsibility? Are we good? We know what we're running, right? Break."
Right?
Exactly. I like to go
You know what I
and
mean?
to,
It doesn't take that long.
to go off Hunter's
run the
point too,
ball more.
like late, like throughout the game, and Dak just pretty much just targeted Marcus Epps almost 100% of the time because Marcus Epps didn't know where the hell he was at. It's like, I was like, what?
Nobody in the
And
secondary,
bro.
nobody from the linebacking core in the secondary didn't know where the hell to be. Didn't know where the hell to be tonight.
Except
Nobody.
Slay,
Nobody. But Darius Slay. You can
because he
say
knows
that.
what he's doing.
But I
Yeah.
mean, other than that, nobody.
they were just like deer in
The
headlights.
Oh,
first
yeah.
possession of the game. First
And you know
possession
how
of the
crazy
game, you
that
see
is
CD Lamb
for you know
just
how
go up the
crazy that is
field.
for everyone in the backfield to constantly be telling everyone what to be doing, because guess what? You have offensive players in front of you listening as well.
Mm-hmm.
So everything you're doing is out there for everyone to see. So when you're in those huddles, when you're in those practices, everyone should know their responsibilities.
You know what? I'm gonna say it.
When the play is called, you should know what the fuck you're doing. You
Yep.
shouldn't be
Yeah.
looking around like, huh? You shouldn't have to have someone screaming at you, yo, you were supposed to be covering the tight end. You had the backside. What are you doing? Like, that shouldn't be a question during the game.
Yeah.
That's
I'm gonna say it, my
Question.
guy. That's why you don't get rid of a guy like Malcolm Jenkins.
yeah.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Okay,
I will
because
say
you
this.
know what? I'm
You
telling
don't
you
need
right
that
now,
Jenkins.
if
He still has
Malcolm
some computers
Jenkins
back
was
there.
still on this team, yeah, he is aged and he doesn't play as he used to. But you know what? He had fucking control. And I would rather have control over youth that can't play any day. Because he
Yeah.
made sure to have our secondary lined up properly. You know what I mean? He always made sure of that.
Yeah, and I
Question.
mean, I love McLeod and BG, but you can only lead so much from the sidelines too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to admit that.
Mm-hmm.
How did Mike McCarthy run the ball more than Sirianni, who's been preaching fundamentals this entire offseason? Like, McCarthy doesn't even like to run the ball, and he's known for being pass heavy.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things.
Because Mike McCarthy ain't calling the plays. It's Kellen Mond.
Mike-
No. It's
Yeah,
Kellen
Kellen
Mond
Moore.
or Kellen Moore. He's the one. By the way, can I bring this up real fast? Wasn't Kellen Moore considered for a head coach as ours?
Yeah.
Wasn't
Yep.
I think they
Oh,
brought him
by
in
the
off
way,
conversation.
well, I wonder how that conversation is going to go now.
Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, they had all their conversations in Florida. They brought him in real quick, and that was it. Sirianni was their guy.
Yeah, I know, but obviously Kellen Moore can fucking run an offense. He proved that tonight.
Of course he can. I
It
mean,
just sucks because, again, you have a guy who.
Winter, I see that evil smile down there, by the way. I saw that.
You have a coach who preaches about putting his players in the best position, and he hasn't done it.
Yep.
I mean, he continues to preach that, and yet he hasn't. Like,
He hasn't done it.
It's like I said, it's hints and nodes of Doug Peterson. That's all I'm getting right now. I get a waft of Doug right now.
Well, is it too far to say a little bit of Chip Kelly-ish too? Because, like I said, I
it's a couple.
I felt our
It's
defense
a coaching
out there
issue,
all the
no
time,
doubt.
like Chip Kelly's used to be, and then our offense was like blink and they're done, blink and they're done.
Yeah,
way too short of time.
Yeah, I mean, there's
I
no
don't know
doubt
if he has
about it.
that mentality of, you wanna get the defense side by having multiple plays, but again, you're having multiple plays because you're going 3 and out. let's get quality plays in. That's what we need. Not fast plays. We need quality plays in. You don't need to throw the ball all the time. You don't need to be in shotgun all the time. Again, you have a running back. Use him. There is no reason why your marquee running back has 2 rushing attempts throughout the whole goddamn game. That's uncalled for. No matter on any level, that's uncalled for.
So the shotgun is only because we run RPOs, correct? That is why we were in shotgun literally 98% of the time because of RPOs.
That's Nick's thinking.
Because I mean, that's literally, they need to start adding in I formations, power eyes. Like, we got to start getting a little creative here.
But like I said before, I understand you're trying to play the Hurts strengths, but at the same time, he has to step out the box and work on other things.
To be successful in the NFL, you have to, yes.
Because if you keep him in that box, what are you doing with him? You're not creating a better quarterback. You're not. You're just gonna have a model player that only knows a certain system and knows how to do only has a certain skill set. That's not what you want.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I answered the Chiefs thing yet, so I'll just do that right now. But
Go ahead.
I don't know how we're gonna do it. I'm sorry, I just don't know how.
You don't have to
I don't know
apologize.
how.
Nothing to apologize for.
Hey man, we're gonna face a juggernaut, man. Like they're a world old machine. They
Yeah.
have a coaching staff that's experienced. Like Andy has been through it.
Oh, by the way, did you see they just got Josh Gordon off the?
Yep.
Yep,
Mhm.
they did. Yep.
Waiver wires.
What
Waiver
are
wire
they
has been
doing,
put
bro?
in.
They need to fix their defense. Why are they going for offensive players? Fix that damn defense.
Hey man, ever since they lost, what's his face that went to oh my god, it went to Baltimore. Why am I forgetting his name now?
Sammy Watkins.
There you go. They want a replacement for Watkins.
But
Not
like,
bad if he
you
keeps
have
his
no D
head
line.
up in the sky.
Hey, when your offense is killing it, all your defense has to do is maintain.
Hey, he could dominate if he kept his head out his ass. He'd be good in that KC offense, honestly.
Honestly, with Josh Gordon, I would love to know what is it that he does, because I don't think it is anything hard drugs. I remember he had an issue with marijuana and alcohol.
Yeah,
It's
no, that's all it is.
personal issue. I don't know why you're getting suspended for that. I get it's a bad look, but
He
I just
keeps
hope
going back
everything
into it.
works. Yeah,
Dude,
if it's alcohol, I understand it's a situation. You're alcoholic, but again, I don't think kicking him out the league is a way to help someone. Get him into treatment. Make sure he goes to treatment.
I just hate how they
Jones.
call it that, because there's no way it's a performance enhancer by any means.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have a bunch of dudes on the sideline eating Cheetos.
Well, I always hated when people say, can't use performance enhancers. Yet every week in and week out, NFL players are taking Demerol or taking some kind of pain medication so they don't feel anything. That's a performance enhancer, because if you didn't use it, you weren't performing the way you would. So, I always hated that argument. They're using performance enhancers. Every player use it on every level. They all use performance enhancers.
Hey, and the whole NFL would get along if you let everyone smoke weed. Think of it that way. You'd have no fights. Everyone would be helping everyone up. They'd be like, "Hey, good job, man." Yeah.
I want to say one real quick thing.
Maybe Coach Sirianni needs to sit down and have a cipher with the team. Maybe that's how we can get everything going again.
Because I gotta go in a couple minutes. So.
Yeah, we're about to reach an hour and a half. I think it's almost 1:00 on the East Coast. I think it's about time we wrap it up. We all got school, we got work, we have our real lives to go to tomorrow. So let's go around the horn, let everybody know where they can find you. And before I do that, I want to appreciate all of you for coming and joining my show. Thank you so much, man. Again, man, you don't understand how happy it makes when I get to talk to all you guys. I do it for this. Just to talk to y'all, just to have an opportunity for this. But AK, let's kick it off with you, man. Where can they find you?
Yeah, I'm AK Eagles from the Eagles Uncensored podcast. We got tonight, and you know what? I may fuss and cuss, but you can count on me and my content like the fucking city bus. I am not saying that with energy tonight because I don't have it. So if you like what I do, subscribe to. Appreciate you for having me on, man, and fly Eagles fly.
Yeah, man.
Only way is up.
Anytime. Jordy, let them know.
So you guys can find me at Jordy Fighter on YouTube, where I have my 3 podcasts for the Eagles, Celtics, and Fighting Irish, where I share my depression in the games they play. And, well, at least I got Notre Dame to look forward to, because tonight was horrendous.
Hotline soon, man.
What?
We're going to have to start an Eagles hotline soon.
But anyways, that's where you can find me. And, well, the NBA season's coming soon, and college football is going good, so at least I got that going for me.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Hey, so when all 3 of your teams actually start winning and that depression thing doesn't go that way anymore, what's your new saying?
Yeah, I got something cooking up for that, but I'm trying to figure it out. When that actually happens, I'll figure it out, but I don't think it'll happen anytime soon.
Hey, isn't there a congratulations in order for Coach Kelly being the most winningest coach in Notre Dame history?
Yes, there is.
Hey, congratulations, Coach Kelly.
Well, you got something to
Give
be
it
proud
up.
of.
Give it up.
And real quick, a shout out to my guy One Trey Rock for hitting over 100 subs today.
Oh, yes.
Oh, for sure.
Everybody,
Well,
if you can hear
Shout out to
100 sub club.
Congrats,
go
my
sub
guy.
with my guy One Trey
Congrats
Rock.
to JC Eagles talking Burger for
1K, 1K today, y'all. They did.
Yeah, 1K.
They did
for
hit
them.
1K. I swear.
Hey,
Yeah.
congrats to
Yeah.
all of you. Anyone else?
Nope, we're good. You can go to Rock.
Hey, that's what's up. Philly Sports, let them know.
You guys can follow me on guys can follow me on YouTube at Philly Sports Talk Podcast. I kind of did a little brand change, so I don't know if you guys saw my new logo. Because also, and a huge shout out to the people at Spotlight Sports Network, who I am a good member, good partnership, having a partnership with. So that's pretty good to get more exposure. So we've been doing pretty well over there. You guys can also follow me on Twitter at Philly Sports 97. You can follow me on Twitter at Philly Podcast White T. You also follow me on TikTok at Philly Sports 97, and you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Philly Sports Podcast.
I wish I had your energy.
Hey, Richie Mack, yes, we are a community. When we lose together. We will vent together. We'll talk. We'll cry it out. We'll talk to my guy. I'm here for you.
You want me to slit my wrist for you?
We won't go that far.
Hey, trust me, don't do that.
That's not the kind
I should know.
you want to go for.
Not a good thing.
Yeah. BPS, let them know.
Makes you feel that way sometimes, damn it.
Yeah, it does.
BPS, you there? You
Big
sleeping yet?
Play. Slay. That's it.
Hey, he held Amari tonight, right? So that's a plus.
Yeah.
He's still he's still Mari's that yeah. Congrats, Rock.
Definitely Rock. Congrats, fam.
Coach, let them know.
Yeah, well, my name ain't Coach Dante for no reason. I do coach Little League football, 4, 5, and 6-year-olds. They playing better than the Philadelphia Eagles right now. we guarding better than the Philadelphia Eagles right now. We're running the ball better. And my God, I'm about to go have a smoke break. I'm just joking. But this was just a disgraceful performance tonight that we just saw. Just an abomination. Y'all can find me at Coach Dante 31 on Instagram, Coach Dante 31 on Twitter. Coach Dante, shout out to the Spotlight Sports Network, who I got a partnership with. And oh my God, just disappointed the way this secondary can't cover nobody. The coaching staff just turned into spoiled milk, and hope we can go versus Kansas City. Hope they can throw a couple of turnovers and fumble the game away like they did last week to help us out. But other than that, we got to bounce back from this, man. Fly, Eagles, fly. Even though we ain't fly tonight. So you can go, Hunter.
Hey, real quick, I vote.
Hey, well,
I vote Coach Dante as interim head coach for the Philadelphia.
Hey, let me go be the offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
there we go. AK, I'll be the offensive coordinator. Yo.
One thing you did not mention: those kids
Yes,
they were mentally prepared. They did not have any penalties. I know your kids are on point. Get Coach Dante on there.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, let them know, man.
Hey, well, first off, it was great to be on here with y'all. It's been a while since I've talked to some of y'all, and the first time I've been on here was a couple of y'all. Vic, I've seen you since like the Philly Notion days back, like last September. So it's cool to be on a live with you, Coach Dante. I'm going to be stressed about the Phillies. Coach Dante, they've got a tough series coming up, and I don't think they're going to take care of business. But
why?
Hey,
not a surprise.
Appreciate y'all having me on, and you guys can find me at Philly Insider Podcast and Inside the Eagles. And going off of Coach Dante, the high school team that I help out with, they looked a lot better than the Eagles too this past week. So it's a little more fun watching them right now.
Well, at least you got something to lean on. Because we damn sure can't lean on the Eagles right now. So at least you got something.
And Coach Dante. It was crazy too. Like my football team, we defeated Wild. Was 60-22, and they looked so much better than the Eagles.
Hey, you know something though? At least we can always watch the Giants lose and be proud,
Yeah.
Hey, look, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
we can
last.
always watch the Giants fans stress out and cry. Yeah,
right?
you ain't lying about that point.
Well, like
At
Cop
least
will
they
be
look
me.
worse than us.
Yep. We got something they don't have. They don't have. It's a win.
Cop
So.
Pizzle. Oh my gosh.
And then we're gonna see like Nate ranting about it. I
Gucci,
mean,
I don't
it's
know
okay.
at the moment. Anyone got status on Tyler? How's he doing?
What's wrong with Tyler?
I don't know. It feels like I have no status.
You talking about his broken arm? I think it's working again. He's wagooing.
No.
He's good.
Oh, of course,
What,
you're gonna bring
doesn't
the
what
white
doesn't he
guilt
break?
thing.
What doesn't he break? Hey man, Hunter, I appreciate you coming on, my guy. I hope
Thank you
this
for
is
having
not
me.
the last. Yeah, man. Anytime, you know what I'm saying, you are more than welcome. Everyone knows the door is always welcome. That's what I try to do here. You know what I mean? I try to get the Eagles community, Eagles family together. Again, like I said, we came here for a post panel reaction. It was a hot take, and we had to vent it out. You know what I mean? We've seen a lot of things we didn't want to see today. You know, a lot of hopes were let down tonight. You know, a lot of facades have been taken away. We see this coaching staff for what it is, and we're hoping that they can get better.
Oh yeah.
As for next week, I got a lot of faith. My birthday is on Sunday, so I'm hoping the Eagles come through, give me a win. You know what I mean?
Please don't depress. Don't be depressed.
Take another revolution behind the sun with a win. Let me start off. Let me start it off right, my guys. One thing I will say though.
Let's give Vic some wagyu for his birthday.
Ooh, little wagyu for the birthday. Got me all feeling special and stuff.
I ain't waggooing no one, man.
I got you a couple of cases of dew. I got you a couple of cases of dew. I got you.
There we go. Hey, hell yeah, thank you. I appreciate y'all. But the one thing I will say is, Coach Sirianni, my guy, you gotta understand that things are not working.
Party.
What happened?
Not. Oh, sorry. I said that out loud. I said so. That's why you invited me to your party. I was.
Yeah, man. This Saturday.
No, you didn't get it. It went.
Oh, I'm proud of it. I was in my thing in my head. I'm sorry. But yeah, man, like Coach Sirianni, things aren't working, man. You have a coaching staff. You need to trust in them more. You got Steichen in there. He had a good season last year calling plays. Give him an opportunity. What you're doing right now isn't working at all. You're not progressing. The players aren't progressing. We're getting worse as the weeks go on. You know, we don't want to wait until week 10 for you to finally realize what you need to do. The time is now. Act now. We got Kansas City in our sights. Let's take care of them. We're at home. You know, Big Red had a bad week. Let's give him another fucking bad week. I mean, let's make his stomach sick. Let's make him go home upset. We need this.
And don't pull a Matt Nagy too. I know his ass is
not a goddamn Matt Nagy. Please, Lord, don't pull Matt Nagy. But to everyone that came through, I appreciate y'all. Everyone in the chat, like you surprise me every time I see that there's even one person watching. Like, I appreciate everybody. Again, subscribe to these gentlemen that are here. The people that weren't here, Philly Foothills, I appreciate you for coming through. BPS, you're not here no more. I appreciate you. Guys, everyone, thank you for coming through. This has been another great The Eagles panel show. You know what I mean? We'll do this again next week after the Kansas City game. If you'd like, gentlemen, again, the door is open. You are all more than welcome, and I hope to see you all.
Yes, sir.
All right, people, have a good night. Fly, Eagles, fly. I know tonight has been bad, but you know what? We'll dust ourselves off and get ourselves back up to where we need to be. Everyone, have a good one, and see you later.
See you later, guys.